The Grizzly Mauling. On October 5th, 2003, Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, were camping in Katmai National Park, Alaska. Timothy, 46 years old, had spent 13 summers living among grizzly bears, filming them and advocating for their protection. He believed he had a special connection with the bears and often approached them without fear. That evening, Timothy and Amy were at their campsite near Kaflia Bay. They had planned to leave Alaska days earlier, but bad weather had delayed their departure. The bears in the area were preparing for hibernation and were more aggressive than usual, desperately feeding to build up fat reserves. At approximately 6 p.m., a large male grizzly bear, estimated to weigh over 1,000 pounds, approached their camp. Timothy grabbed his video camera and began filming. The camera was running when the attack began. The audio from that recording, later recovered by investigators, captured the entire attack. Timothy's voice can be heard yelling at the bear, trying to scare it away. Then his voice changes to screams of pain. The bear had grabbed him. Amy's voice can be heard screaming Timothy's name, begging him to fight back. Then her screams join his. The attack lasted approximately 6 minutes. During those 6 minutes, both Timothy and Amy were mauled by the bear. Grizzly bears don't kill quickly. They use their massive jaws, which can exert over 200 pounds of pressure per square inch, to bite and crush. Their claws, up to 4 inches long, tear through flesh and muscle. Timothy was attacked first. The bear bit into his head, crushing his skull. It tore at his face, ripping away skin and tissue. It bit his arms and legs, breaking bones. Timothy remained conscious for most of the attack, screaming in agony as the bear systematically destroyed his body. Amy tried to help. She hit the bear with a frying pan, trying to drive it away. The bear turned on her. It knocked her down and began mauling her. The audio recording captures her screams as the bear bit into her body. She begged Timothy to help her, but he was already dying. When park rangers arrived the next day, alerted by the couple's failure to catch their scheduled flight, they found the campsite destroyed. The bear was still there, guarding the remains. Rangers shot and killed the bear. What they found was horrific. Timothy's body was partially consumed. His head was crushed, his face unrecognizable. His arms and legs had been torn apart. Amy's body was found nearby, also partially eaten. Her skull was fractured, her torso ripped open. The medical examiner determined that both victims had died from massive trauma and blood loss, but that they had remained conscious for several minutes during the attack, experiencing unimaginable pain and terror. The Saltwater Crocodile Attack. On October 22, 2002, Valerie Banks was swimming in a waterhole in Kakadu National Park, Australia. The 23-year-old was on a camping trip with friends. Despite warning signs posted around the area indicating the presence of saltwater crocodiles, the group decided to swim in the late afternoon. Valerie was approximately 30 feet from shore when the crocodile struck. Saltwater crocodiles are ambush predators. They can remain motionless underwater for over an hour, waiting for prey to come close. This crocodile, estimated to be over 15 feet long and weighing more than 1,000 pounds, had been watching the swimmers. It attacked with explosive speed. The crocodile surged out of the water and clamped its jaws around Valerie's torso. Its teeth, designed to grip and hold rather than chew, punctured her body in dozens of places. Valerie screamed once before the crocodile pulled her underwater. This is called the death roll. Crocodiles use this technique to drown their prey and tear off chunks of flesh. The crocodile spun rapidly, rotating its entire body while keeping its jaws locked on Valerie. The force of the spin broke her ribs and dislocated her shoulders. Underwater, unable to breathe, Valerie fought desperately. She clawed at the crocodile's eyes and snout, but the animal's skin is armored with thick scales. Her lungs burned for air. The crocodile continued spinning. Valerie's friends on shore screamed for help and called emergency services, but there was nothing they could do. The crocodile dragged Valerie deeper into the waterhole. After approximately 2 minutes underwater, Valerie's body went limp. She had drowned, but the crocodile wasn't finished. It carried her body to its underwater lair, a submerged cave or hollow where crocodiles store their kills. Crocodiles prefer to eat decomposed meat, so they often leave bodies underwater for days before consuming them. Park rangers and police divers searched for Valerie's body for 3 days. They finally located the crocodile's lair and recovered her remains. Her body showed massive trauma. Her torso had been crushed by the crocodile's bite. Her limbs had been torn off during the death rolls. The medical examiner determined that Valerie had drowned, but that she had been conscious and aware during the initial attack and the first death roll, experiencing approximately 90 seconds of terror and pain before losing consciousness. The bull shark attack. On July 1st, 2001, Jessie Arbogast was playing in shallow water at Gulf Islands National Seashore in Florida. The 8-year-old boy was wading in water less than 2 feet deep, only 15 feet from shore, when a bull shark attacked him. Bull sharks are one of the most dangerous shark species. Unlike most sharks, they can survive in both salt and fresh water, and they often hunt in very shallow water close to beaches. This shark, estimated to be 7 feet long and weighing approximately 200 pounds, had been hunting in the murky water. At 7:30 p.m., the shark bit Jessie's right arm. Its teeth, serrated and razor sharp, cut through muscle and bone. The shark's bite force, estimated at over 1,300 pounds per square inch, severed Jessie's arm completely just below the shoulder. Jessie screamed. His uncle, Vance Flosenzier, was standing nearby and immediately grabbed the boy. But the shark wasn't finished. It continued attacking, biting Jessie's thigh and tearing away a large chunk of flesh. Vance pulled Jessie toward shore while fighting off the shark. He punched the shark repeatedly, hitting its snout and eyes. The shark finally released Jessie and swam away. But then it came back. The shark, now in a feeding frenzy, attacked again. Vance positioned himself between the shark and Jessie, taking a bite to his own leg. He continued fighting, eventually managing to drag Jessie onto the beach. Jessie had lost his right arm and was bleeding massively from the wound on his thigh. His femoral artery had been severed. He was going into shock. Bystanders called 911 and applied pressure to the wounds, trying to stop the bleeding. Meanwhile, Vance and other beachgoers went back into the water. The shark was still there, swimming in circles. They managed to grab its tail and drag it onto the beach. A park ranger shot the shark 4 times, killing it. When they pried open the shark's jaws, they found Jessie's severed arm inside. The arm was rushed to the hospital along with Jessie. Surgeons worked for hours to reattach the arm and repair the damage to Jessie's leg. He had lost over 70% of his blood. His heart had stopped twice during transport. Doctors managed to save his life and reattach his arm, but Jessie had suffered massive brain damage from blood loss and oxygen deprivation. He remained in a coma for weeks. When he finally woke up, he had lost most of his cognitive function. Jessie Arbogast survived, but he never fully recovered. He required constant care for the rest of his childhood. The attack lasted less than 60 seconds, but those seconds destroyed his life. The Box Jellyfish Sting. On January 11, 2006, Sarah Whittaker was swimming at a beach in Queensland, Australia. The 21-year-old was on vacation with friends. Despite warnings about marine stingers, she decided to swim without a protective stinger suit. At approximately 2 p.m., she felt something brush against her leg. Within seconds, she was screaming in agony. A box jellyfish, one of the most venomous creatures on Earth, had wrapped its tentacles around her leg and torso. Box jellyfish tentacles can be up to 10 feet long and are covered with millions of microscopic stinging cells called nematocysts. When triggered, these cells inject venom into the victim. The venom attacks the nervous system, the heart, and the skin simultaneously. Sarah's friends heard her screaming and pulled her out of the water. Her leg and torso were covered with angry red welts where the tentacles had touched her. She was in excruciating pain. Victims of box jellyfish stings describe the pain as the worst imaginable, like being burned with hot oil while simultaneously being electrocuted. Sarah collapsed on the beach. Her heart began beating irregularly. The venom was causing cardiac arrest. Lifeguards administered CPR and poured vinegar on the stings, which helps deactivate remaining nematocysts. An ambulance arrived within 8 minutes. Paramedics continued CPR and administered anti-venom. Sarah's heart stopped twice during transport to the hospital. Doctors managed to restart it both times, but the venom had caused massive damage. Sarah died 4 hours after the sting. The cause of death was cardiac arrest caused by box jellyfish envenomation. But those 4 hours were filled with unbearable pain. Even with maximum doses of morphine, Sarah screamed and thrashed in agony until she finally lost consciousness. The Hippo Attack. On August 14, 2014, Paul Templar was working as a river guide on the Zambezi River in Zimbabwe. The 27-year-old was leading a group of tourists on a canoe safari. At approximately 4 p.m., the group encountered a pod of hippopotamuses. Hippos are considered the most dangerous large animal in Africa, killing more people each year than lions, elephants, or crocodiles combined. They are extremely territorial and aggressive, especially when they have calves. Paul was guiding his canoe past the hippos when one of them attacked. The hippo, a massive bull weighing over 3,000 pounds, surged out of the water and bit down on Paul's canoe, capsizing it. Paul and his client were thrown into the water. The hippo turned on Paul. It opened its mouth, revealing tusks over a foot long, and bit down on Paul's upper body. The hippo's jaws closed around Paul's head, shoulders, and chest. Paul's entire upper body was inside the hippo's mouth. He could feel the animal's tusks piercing his back and chest. He could smell the hippo's breath and feel its tongue. The hippo bit down harder, crushing Paul's ribs and puncturing his lungs. Then it dove underwater, taking Paul with it. Paul was trapped inside the hippo's mouth, underwater, unable to breathe. The hippo shook its head violently, trying to kill him. Paul's ribs broke. His lungs collapsed. He was drowning and being crushed simultaneously. After what felt like an eternity, but was probably only 10 to 15 seconds, the hippo released Paul and surfaced. Paul gasped for air. but his punctured lungs couldn't inflate properly. He was coughing up blood. The hippo attacked again. It bit down on Paul's left arm, crushing the bones. Then it released him again. Paul's colleagues managed to pull him into another canoe and rushed him to shore. He had massive injuries. His chest was crushed, his lungs punctured, his arm shattered. He had deep puncture wounds all over his upper body from the hippo's tusks. He was rushed to a hospital where surgeons worked for hours to save his life. Paul Templar survived, but he lost his left arm and spent months recovering. He suffered from PTSD and chronic pain. The attack lasted less than 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes were filled with unimaginable terror and pain. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on screen now and make sure to subscribe.